Well, hello, y'all. We're going to talk about how far you got to be underground in order to survive an atomic attack. But anyway, I'm going to review this little book. It's got some outdated, archaic information, but some cool insights. First thing this little book talks about is preparation, and not preparation aid, but preparation preparedness. Okay, and any hasty attributes or anything that you do hastily is not going to help you. But being prepared is 99% of the battle. The rest is survival. Okay, so let's say a 5 megaton nuclear burst at ground level hit you, you're dead. But it would destroy every building 2 miles from the point of the explosion. Okay, figure that out. Steel frame buildings would be knocked sideways, and fires will be starting. The destruction 5 miles away would be less severe, but fires and early fallout could be a significant hazard. Okay, at 10 miles, sturdy buildings would remain intact. At this distance, fires probably would not be started by the fireball, but might be started by the blast wave, which could rupture gas lines and short-circuit wires. Okie dokie, we know that. Flying glass would present a major danger, as would the early fallout. At 50 miles from the bomb burst, all buildings would remain standing. The fading glass wave would take about 5 minutes to arrive, but would still shatter many windows. The greatest danger at this distance would be from the early fallout, which would begin arriving in some areas within 3 to 4 hours, depending upon weather conditions at the time. Okay, and they give all kinds of little ideas in this book on how to build these little make-to shelters. Following a nuclear attack, most radioactive elements in the fallout would decay rapidly, losing most of their power to harm. However, for some time thereafter, the hazard could continue to restrict normal activities in some parts of the country. A few elements, such as, I can't even pronounce these things, they are long-lived and could harm humans in some ways, such as by being absorbed by food plants. However, the long-term damaging effects of such exposure are not yet known in great detail. Well, we can look back at Hiroshima and Nagasaki and and even Chernobyl and see what. The important thing to know that the fallout's you're going to be seeing it fairly quickly after the first day of the detonation. Fallout particles in harmful amounts would not be present in basement family shelters. People in underground family shelters could keep fallout particles out of their shelters by having a simple hood over the air intake pipe. Okay? Think about that. Some of these shelter supplies that they show on all this in this little book here, it's things that normal preppers would already have anyhow. But overall, a lot of the things, like I said, you've already got them. One of the main deals is the radiation sickness, which let's get into that. See, the symptoms of 3 degrees of radiation sickness are mild. The especially sensitive person will show some nausea, lack of appetite, and fatigue within a few hours after exposure. Moderate, the same symptoms appear, but well within 2 hours of exposure and more apparent and marked. Vomiting and even posturation may occur. By the 3rd day, recovery may seem complete, but symptoms may reoccur in the next days or weeks. Severe, all the symptoms show up and may vanish after a few days, but after a week or more, fever, mouth sores, and diarrhea may appear. Gums and mouth may ulcerate and bleed, and in about the 3rd week, the patient's hair or the individual's hair may start to fall out. Recovery for this severe exposure can take 7 to 8 weeks, and death will be within a few hours after all this if it's a severe exposure. So you want to build these little lean-tos. Mostly what they're talking about in this little book is how to put distance between you and the fallout. Okay, you want at least 10 foot of dirt or materials between you and the actual fallout. Some of these ideas that they put forth in this book are cool, like this one right here. Reminds me of like a little igloo underground type thing, but the idea is to put as much distance between you and the fallout as you can. I included these little schematics to kind of give you an idea on things that you can do to protect yourself from the fallout. And these are just real simple little structures, actually. Now, of course, if you're in the blast zone, you're gone. Okay, you ain't got time to run. You better get you. But you can survive a nuclear bomb. You can survive it as long as you're not at ground zero or within the 2 miles of ground zero. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, there's a little book at the back of it. It has all these little affirmations. Atom splitting is just another way of causing an explosion. Well, we all know that. You know, your chances of surviving an atomic attack, well, you can do it. And it's a lot better than what you might have thought. I suggest doing some research on it and seeing where you can fortify your home on this. If you're close to the blast site, you really ain't got no chance, okay? That's just being truthful about the whole thing. But they give all these, I want to say that they're 1950-ish, naive America type things. But the main part of this book that I took away is to prepare. You don't necessarily have to have a gas mask, radioactive type material to, a suit and all that kind of hoo-ha. But, the idea is to fortify with ground and materials, cement, blocks, wood, even plastics, to cover so you don't have that fallout on your skin. Now, with everything the way that it is, you just can't ever tell these days, but I thought this would be a fun little video to do, and I hope that you truly enjoy it, and that you take this stuff seriously, because we can survive, and you can survive. We can do this, and the government's not trying to tell anybody anything, And yes, size does matter, but she's saying size don't matter. As according to an atomic bomb, it don't matter. It's going to do damage anyway. So yeah, there you go, pop, blow a bubble. But if you find yourself exposed, you got to keep your mind straight. You got to get that particulates off of your skin, out of your hair, out of your clothes, off of your clothes. And this little book gives some good little insights on that. And I found it kind of humorous. It only took me about 30 minutes to read this book because it's so simple. I would not suggest going out and buying it. You might want to just look at it for what it is. It's like a coffee table book these days for a lot of people. But I think that the main gist is to be prepared. To be prepared. Know the symptoms of radiation poisoning. And there are pills that you can buy now that will protect your pancreas only. It's not going to stop the rest of your body, but it will protect your pancreas from metabolizing the radioactive particles into your system and wreaking havoc. You've got to know your first aid, and because ambulances ain't going to be coming. They're not going to be coming. And there's all kinds of rumors out there, and everybody does want to panic. But the thing is that you keep your head straight and you prepare now, no matter how small it may be. You prepare now, and you just have to keep on keeping on. You got to keep on prepping and get that dust, that particle dust off of you. Well, I appreciate y'all. We hit 500 subscribers, y'all. Thank you so much. I love you. And I got another video coming up here in a little bit. See if I can get it uploaded. But man, I tell you what, survival under atomic attack. You gotta make preparations or you're gonna die. Keep on prepping, baby.